How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is the day. What day is that? Find out in just a second. Welcome back. I'm so glad each and every one of you could stay. Today is the day we're going to find out. And it always happens, no matter what chat room you're in, or no what live stream you're in, or no matter what forum you enter, you always get those fanboys. Oh, this product's the greatest, that product's the greatest, yada yada yada. Well, I happen to have a few, so let's find out exactly what's going on. No fanboy hype. I have nothing in the game because I like a lot of different products. I use a lot of different products, and here's what we've got for today's game. Here's what we got. I got a little roll of tape. I'm going to try to mask it, tape some sections off. I have Dinowax Magic Shine, Zero VOC silicone dressing. I have a very popular VRP by Chemical Guys, which stands for vinyl, rubber, and plastic. Of course, you have the VRT, play on words, right, which stands for vinyl, rubber, and trim. I have the Adams Polishes In and Out Spray. I have the Lithium Elixirs, or Lithium Auto Care Trim Serum. And I have the original formula of Honor All. I mean, this is what everybody used to use back in the day, so it's the standard. So let's use it and find out how everything goes. And here's what I'm gonna do. I have this old piece of bumper right here. This is what I'm gonna use for the test. As you can see, this goes on the top of the bumper, and there's the side marker. And I'm gonna tape it off. It's being cleaned really good with Dawn dishwashing liquid and some Jack's Wax detail spray just to get everything off. You can see a few greasy smudge prints, which won't be there when we start putting the stuff on. So I'm gonna get busy and mask it off into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. I'll do 7, that way I can use one section that is unprotected, and that'll be my standard, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna wipe it down, get everything off of it. Like I said, it's being washed in Dawn. I'm gonna mark off 6 or 7 sections with this tape. I'm gonna use all brand new sponges to apply everything per the directions, except for, of course, the In and Out spray. That will be a spray, and I'll probably do it first, but this is what we're using. As you can see, I've got it all laid out. This is going to be my In and Out spray. Then I'm going to do the Dinowax VRP. This is going to be my untreated section for the standard. Then I'm going to do the VRT, the Trim Serum, and the original. The reason I put the In and Out spray over here is so I kind of spray it at an angle. I don't even care if I go up to the line or not. I'm going to do that section first, and then I will apply the rest per the instructions. So without further ado, let's start this thing. Now, the In and Out spray says clean the plastic or vinyl surfaces to be treated before application for best results. Spray 10 to 12 inches from surface in quick spurts. Do not spray any closer or any longer. Continuous sprays. Wait 10 to 15 seconds before wiping or buffing. Remove excess or overspray with a clean, of course, Adams microfiber towel. Overspray easily wipes up. So that's what we're going to use right there. So let's get to it. Of course, you got to shake it up good. And what makes this stuff so good, it goes on real easy. As you can tell, it's already on. So I'm going to let that dry and move on to the next section. But the reason I really like the In and Out spray personally is because, like, if I'm going to a car show or I'm doing a quick detail or something, I can spray that on to hard to get areas like the grill or whatever, and it wipes right off of paint. It only bonds to plastic and rubber and stuff like that. Paint, it doesn't stick to, and it comes right off. Next up is Dinowax Magic Shine. silicone-free dressing. Contains 0 VOCs, used on all surfaces, can be used as an interior freshener, non-greasy, suitable for use on textured surfaces. Synthetic polymers bond directly for extreme protection. Now this doesn't say it's made for the outside, but since I had it, I'm going to use it because I use this on the trim and plastic on the lawnmower after I wash it, and it makes it look like new. So here we go. Application. Magic Shine will enhance the appearance of plastic, rubber, and vinyl surfaces. Magic Shine is VOC exempt. Solvent-based formula. Magic Shine applies easily with a sponge and will not harm paint and glass. Added UV protection keeps interiors looking like new. So this is really for the interiors, but I'm going to use it on the exterior just for longevity testing. Does it say how to apply? So just use a sponge. So that's how we're going to do it. Of course, I'm going to shake it up. Put a few drops on there, and this is a little thicker than water consistency. And I'm just going to rub it on there, just like so, like you would any plastic or rubber. Just going to rub it on there. And when that dries, it will look like brand new plastic. I hate to throw away a good sponge, but we're done with that one. Now we're going to go to the VRP. Directions: shake well, spread with foam or microfiber applicator pad. We're going to use a sponge in this case, which is foam. Work in the surface, wipe excess if desired. Reapply as needed. So we'll shake it up real good. I'm going to use the other side of this sponge, so I'm not wasting sponges. I mean, you can get these dollar store for $1. It's just in the makeup section, so they're not expensive. So drop of VRP is all you're going to need. Close that up. I want to get them mixed up. This is where they go. We're just going to work it in like it says. Dude, it's just a Mustang. Straight pipe Mustang. That's all it is. We're just going to rub it in. And this stuff, even if you get it kind of gloppy, when it dries, it will level itself. That's why I like using this under the hood. You can just mix it, dilute it, and spray it on, and it will level and dry crystal clear. So there's those 3 products. Let's move on to the next. Now this middle section I'm going to leave untreated so you can see what it looks like before we do anything. That way you can judge over time how everything does. But that's going to be my standard. So as you can see, I'm getting a new sponge, right? Nothing on it. When you get the VRT, vinyl, rubber, and trim. Instructions: wash vehicle, clean heavily stained. Well, we ain't got to worry about that. Squeeze a few drops of VRT into Adams foam block applicator. We're using the sponge again. Spread a thin coat over rubber and plastic trim. Wipe away unwanted residue from paint and glass with premium, of course, another Adams product. For interiors, use it as a detailer or leather conditioner. So, here we go. We're going to shake it up. This is a little bit runnier than the other products. More like water. So we're going to thin that out, and I don't want to waste any of it. So, there's our standard, or our control. So we'll move over to this section. And we're going to do like the other ones. We're just going to rub it in. Level it off. Doesn't take long for it to dry or evaporate. I'm going to do it just like the other ones. Wipe it on and let it do its job. Oh, sorry about that. Let it do its job. Next up is Lithium Trim Serum. It's got all kind of cool things, UV protection, all that great stuff, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. Restores to original color, formulated to outlast all others, shields against UV rays, soulmate of all rubbers and plastics. Direction: wash surfaces before applying, pour serum onto a clean microfiber cloth or applicator, rub into the surface in a circular motion, wipe dry. For surfaces that are really damaged, allow contents to remain for several minutes before wiping dry. I'm just going to put it on there. We're not going to wipe it dry. We're going to put it on and let everything do its thing. But as you can see, there's no need to shake this. It's clear. I'm going to use the same applicator, other side of it. And this stuff is runny, but it's not quite as bad as plain water. So all I'm going to do is take it, whoa, put a dab on there. That's the VRT, so this needs to go right here. Circular motions, like it says, like you're putting on an old wax. And in some places we'll go straight just for test purposes, right? But I want to follow it as close as I can. And there's that. There's the trim serum. So we got one more to do. Everybody knows the original Armor All. It's gotten a bad rap over the years. You know, it will dry out your dashes and stuff. You put it on there and it's nice and glossy and shiny, but it will dry out everything. So that's why people quit using it. It causes cracks on vinyl and rubber and all that stuff. But for today's purpose, we're going to give it a whirl. This came in a kit that was given to me, so that's why I have it. And I'm not going to worry if I get anything on this. Let's shake it up. Couple test sprays, get it primed. There we go. I'm just going to spritz it on, take the foam applicator and wipe it in. This used to be the bomb back in the days. I remember everybody had to have this stuff. They couldn't keep it on the shelves. And the reason for it, back in the day, everybody loved shine. They didn't care about anything else. All they wanted was shine. And Armor All would give it to you. Cheap, quick, readily available, goes on super easy, flashes quick, and it shines. So there we go. I've got them all applied. Now I'm gonna give it a few minutes to dry and we'll be right back. Okay, let's take a quick look. It's not finished drying yet. I'm fixing to put all this up and then let it dry for a few minutes and then come back. But the in and out spray, that's how it looks when it goes on. It is glossy and it's wet looking. The Dinowax is still drying, but as you can see, it's much flatter. Not quite as glossy as the in and out. The VRP is still drying as well. You can see the difference between there and our control. The Adams VRT is streaking somewhat, so we'll see how that does when it does dry. The trim serum is still drying, but the thing about the trim serum is when you put it on, it dries. It is a glossy finish. It's not super glossy, but it is glossy. And as you can see, the original Armor All is drying pretty good too. It's streaking some, but that's just because it's drying. So I'm gonna get everything put up except for this, and we'll be back in a second. Now it's still drying, but here's a back view of it where the sun's hitting it, so you can see the in and out spray still looks wet. That's the way it works. Next up, the Dinowax, the VRP, control, VRT, trim serum, and Armor All. And I wanted you to see this because some of them are streaking just a little bit. Now this is an old dried out rubber piece. I'm not going to be putting multiple coats on it, but I am going to take the back side of the sponge, which is clean as you can see, and I'm going to try to level out the VRT just a little bit from Adams because it's just streaking so bad. I want to try to knock that down, and that's just how it's going to do. I guess I could put another coat on it, but this is going to be a single coat only. I'm going to take it up there, I'm going to put it on the back side of my pad where it sits in the sun all day with the car, just like your car would. And that's going to be our standard. That's where we're going to be doing the testing and everything. We're going to put it up there and I'll come out, you know, it won't have the tape, but I'll come out and give you video progress by the week, by the day, by the rainstorm, whatever, however how I feel at the moment. So let's go ahead and pull the tape off. That way you know there's no shenanigans or anything going on. Easier said than done, huh? Now if I wanted this to stick this good, it would never do it. There we go. Okay, there's that piece. There's that piece. So on and so forth. until we get to the end. Like I said, I washed this down in Dawn dishwashing liquid to start with, so there was no leftover anything on it. And this is what we have. Like a drag strip around here. Alright, I'm gonna lay it right here on the back of my concrete pad, just like so. Cause there's the car. Just like it was on the car. The sun comes up back there every morning, goes straight overhead, and from like noon, like 1 to now, you can see, and it's like 7 o'clock at night, you can see that this will be indirect sun. There it is. I'll be back out in a few minutes. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to dry and we'll do final thoughts. All right, I've given it 10 minutes to dry and now I'm back out here. And as far as ease of application, there's 2 definite winners, and I'm going to show you those now. This is the Lithium Elixirs Trim Serum and the Adams In and Out Spray. This one is not really designed to last long. Like I said, this is just for touch-up, like if you're going to a car show and everything. This one is actually designed to be outside, so that's going to work good. But if you look at the other ones, and you can see, you saw me, I wasn't stingy on the product. This is turned backwards. This is the Armor All. As you can see, it's still got some high spots. It's got to dry, but that's how it looks. You can tell it's a little darker, but it's not. It's not level, and it's not really shining the way you would think it would. The trim serum looks absolutely marvelous. The VRP by Adams, or VRT by Adams, I'm sorry, VRT by Adams. Still got some high spots. It went on kind of streaky, and I don't know, I'm not really satisfied with it. And you can see where it completely dried. There's really no difference. This is our control. There's really not much difference between there and there. Now if you come over to the VRP, it's a little streaky, and it leveled out a lot better than the Adams did. I'm just going to go ahead and say it leveled out a lot better. And then you have the Dinowax, and I should have used the tire dressing too. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go get some out of the building, just because this is an outdoor test, and put it over here on the end somewhere. But this is the end for the inside of the car, and it's working absolutely marvelous, so I am happy with that too. But like I said, this is for the interior, and then of course the Adams. So let me go get the Dinowax tire dressing and try that. Dinowax tire dressing, lasting high gloss vinyl rubber dressing, and this is for exterior quality, commitment, extreme durability, performance evolved. We'll see. But as you can see, I have a brand new sponge. And what it says for application to a clean, dry surface, apply a thin coat of tire dressing. Use a sponge or fine bristle brush to spread the dressing evenly. And you can use this on the interior too, which makes this so great. So, a little bit of tire dressing. Get the bug off the thing. And I'm just going, I don't know, right here to like right here. I'm just going to rub it in. Be sure not to mix it in with the other product. And the reason I like this stuff, the reason I have it on tires, it goes on really good. It flashes really quick. It has not a shiny finish, not a matte finish to it, but you'll see here in just a second that it actually dries quick to really dry to the touch. Now there's a little bit of on there, but right now it's dry. There's no shine to my finger whatsoever. It's already dry, and you can see how much darker that is than the Armor All. Right there it is, the Armor All. It's equivalent to the trim serum as far as richness and black, but you can see the rest of the products. But that's what we've got going on right now. One final look: tire dressing, Armor All, trim serum, VRT, the control, VRP by Chemical Guys. This is the dressing by Dinowax, and then the Adams In and Out Spray. Now as you can see, it's sitting right there like I promised. I would set it on the cowl of my car and maybe tie it on or zip tie it on something, and that way it gets baked, but right there's fine. It's protected just ever so slightly if it rains. You know, it's not going to, it's going to be just fine there. Like I said, it'll be a little protection when it rains, but you know how trees are. After a little bit of rain, it'll get wet anyway. But the main thing is sun and wind, stuff like that. So it's going to sit right there and we're going to see how it goes. Now I know there's going to be some fanboys that's going to say, oh, you didn't do this, or oh, you didn't do that. But as you saw, I used roughly 1 to 2 drops per chemical. I rubbed it in. I didn't just put it on there and let it dry. I rubbed it in good. I made sure it was uniform. I made sure the whole thing was coated completely. And that's all it's going to be. 1 coat is all it's getting. How long will this stuff last? I mean, I could put 10 coats of a product on there and it'll last for weeks, right? How much can you get out of just 1 coat? That is the true test of a product. So let's find out. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in a, I don't know, next rainstorm or in a week, whatever comes first. Thanks for watching. Now I have been making a little progress on the home front, and for those that are interested, I'm just going to give you a quick flash. Come a long way since you last seen it, but that's all you get for now. It's a whole different video. Now for future tests and stuff, I was able to acquire something. I might be able to acquire a few other things, but what are you asking? Well, here we go. This very rough looking hood. It's off a BMW. Lots of scratches, clear coats coming off in places, which we're not worried about that. We're going to only worry about the scratched parts and the actual clear coated parts. As you can see, there's a mess over here, but I have access to that car. And there's another car that has been chopped up. It's in there. They're going to take all this off to the scrapyard and sell it, you know, once the COVID thing gets back to halfway normal. But he said I could have about anything over there I wanted, dealing with the bits and pieces like this old hood or bumper cover or side trim off the door, whatever. So I may grab a few more pieces. We'll have to see how that goes.